It's almost 2026 and using AI for search is just how we work now. But are you using the right tool for the job? I put 6 free AI search apps head to head, including ChatGPT, and the differences matter more than you might think. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which tool works best for each kind of search. Starting with number 1, Perplexity. Back in 2024, Perplexity was the AI search tool. It earned trust fast. By combining up-to-date web sources with the power of an LLM, it became known as ChatGPT plus real search. And it was really good at explaining how things worked. But here's a query I should be able to trust it for. Asking it to compare the catalogs and prices for the most popular streaming apps. I've run this query multiple times against Perplexity, and most times it gives me a table of prices. Here it ignored my price comparison request, so it's even less useful than in my test cases. This time it also didn't include Peacock as a streaming service. Here's another simpler query asking about the latest iOS version and which iPhones support it. While its answer of iOS 26.2 and the iPhones that support it are technically correct, this is a whole lot tougher to read than some of its competitors. For comparison, here's Gemini 3 Flash, and here is ChatGPT 5.2. And you may have caught that this answer describes which iPhone SE generations are supported, and Perplexity just says newer SE models. And that's a big credibility hit for Perplexity. Now, I thought it might be better at shopping since it rolled out a Perplexity shopping experience. So I tried finding a printer under $150 that works with my Mac, and the ink won't dry out because I don't print that often. First, I got a little confused by the UX because it sent me into answer mode. And here it actually recommended a decent printer, but it got bad when I went to the shopping page. The problem is these first 2 printers are inkjet printers. So by definition, their ink dries out. So I don't know what Perplexity was thinking here. I also asked it for luggage suggestions under $100, but then it decided to give me suggestions over $100. Now, in fairness to Perplexity, I just tested the free version. Their pro search may yield better results. But because this is a free app list, Perplexity doesn't make the cut. Let's move on to number 2, Google Gemini. Now, Gemini should be unbeatable at search. It has Google behind it, and they have massive momentum with their Gemini 3 model especially. If any AI model owns search, this should be it. As you can see, it delivers for the simple stuff. For facts and basic explanations, it's fast and accurate. Image recognition is a real strength too. I uploaded this photo of a fridge water dispenser, and it correctly identified the brand of this refrigerator from over a decade ago. That was a huge help when trying to get this fridge serviced. It's also not too bad troubleshooting software for you. So if you wanted to get work links to always open in a work Chrome profile, Gemini tells you you can't really do that with built-in tools, but you can download a third-party app for that. But then I gave it a real-world Excel problem, how to deduplicate data in a single column while keeping the last value in the column. So for example, if I have a data set that looks like this, I want to get to this. So Gemini gives me a couple of options, starting with the sort and delete trick. This works, but I don't want to have to add an additional column. Method 2's formula approach seems a lot better. Unfortunately, it assumes I have a column that I'm sorting by. Even the Power Query approach below in Method 3 didn't work. It's only when I corrected it that it found a better solution. The formula is actually quite complex, but it gets the job done. Now, deep research is a different story. After accepting Gemini's research plan, you'll get a report that goes into tremendous technical depth. This is great if you're a researcher or a highly specialized PhD, but for most people, this much detail for a simple question about blue light glasses is overkill. Now, if this is valuable to you, remember you'll get a limited number of deep research calls on the free plan. Now let's see how all of this stacks up against number 3, ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT is the most popular AI in the world right now, and that makes it even more important to know where it trips up. No surprises that it can handle local facts and basic queries just fine. But on how-to questions, it was surprisingly one of the worst. I asked it the same question I asked Gemini about opening work links in specific Chrome profiles. It confidently told me that I can do that. And it even made up a settings portal to do that. Settings/profiles doesn't exist. The closest I have is Chrome settings and then clicking on customize your Chrome profile. Clearly that's not it. There's no profile preferences, and there's no open links with this profile setting either. It also failed the Excel dedupe test, at least at first. Now, if you pay for Plus or Pro, you can solve these deficiencies by turning on the thinking model in ChatGPT 5.2. After prompting it to consider a single column data set, it does spit out a credible looking formula. And this formula was even better than Gemini because it didn't leave a trailing 0 at the end. Now back to the free plan. When I asked it to find the brand of this refrigerator, again it hallucinated and very confidently told me it's a Frigidaire. Now, surprisingly, where ChatGPT dominates is shopping. It asks you about your requirements. It then takes that information and tries to find you the best fit product. It takes about 2 to 5 minutes in my testing, and it gives you one strong recommendation instead of a cluttered list. And if you like options, you can still do some window shopping. And all of this is available on the free plan. ChatGPT is hit or miss on up-to-date info too. Both Disney Plus and Hulu raised their base plan to $11.99 a few months ago. You can try running your prompts with web search enabled. The promise here is that it will force getting up-to-date information. This time it found the $11.99 a month update, but still found an out-of-date source for Netflix. Now, if you pay for ChatGPT and turn on the thinking model, the response quality improves significantly. And you can tell that because it considers first-party sources for all of these prices. Finally, deep research strikes the best balance between being too technical and being too surface level. You get 5 of these a month on the free plan. After you ask your research question, ChatGPT asks you a few follow-ups. And after you respond, you'll get your paper, which puts it in the same category as another app you'll want to see later in the video. So overall, ChatGPT does well at research and up-to-date info, but be careful of hallucinations on how-tos. Now, what if you want ChatGPT search to work on your own data, not just the public web? That's where today's sponsor, Zapier, comes in. Zapier is known for connecting over 8,000 apps, and with Zapier MCP, you can bring data from those apps directly into ChatGPT. Here's how you do it. Go to the link down in the description below and then create an MCP server. Choose ChatGPT as the client and then add the app you want to connect to. Next, in ChatGPT, open Connector Settings, enable Developer Mode, and create a new connector. Paste in your MCP server URL, and just like that, ChatGPT can access your Gmail. This also works with other models like Claude and Copilot too. With access to over 8,000 apps, you can connect your core business tools to AI and let it run on autopilot. You can try Zapier MCP for free using the link in the description and on screen. That leads us to number 4, Google AI mode. And the question on my mind coming into this was, how does this differ from Gemini? In its comfort zone, AI mode is strong. It's quick to respond, and it's accurate. And the fact that it usually has this sources view available makes it easier to verify the source content. It really excels at local search too, where most models would just give me the hours and maybe 1 or 2 of these details. Google AI mode gives us additional relevant information, including a map. And don't forget you can upload photos here too. No surprise, it does well on the fridge branding test too, correctly identifying this as a GE. So what does it get wrong? I gave it a tough one and asked, how should I fix my doorbell? It's tough to tell here, but the wires aren't actually connected to the screws. And while this troubleshooting response eventually gets to the correct answer, it has me check everything first before the wiring. You can also shop using AI mode, but don't be surprised if it doesn't respect your preferences. It's fast for sure, but even here, the second option is way over our budget. I'd also expect AI mode to be really good at finding current information for popular streaming apps. And while this looks a lot more trustworthy than Perplexity, there are still some wrong answers, like Hulu is $11.99, Peacock here is $16.99, and it misses out on the $10.99 Peacock middle tier. So there's a lot of good with AI mode, but it's not a perfect lookup engine yet. Still beats Perplexity though. With that, on to number 5, Amazon Rufus. You might not even know that Amazon has an AI chatbot. It's a shopping-only AI, so that means we can use it for product recommendations. Let's see what Rufus has to say about printers. In a couple seconds, we actually get some strong recommendations. But be careful because some of the suggestions, like these inkjet printers, might not match your preferences. And no surprises, you can click on any product to view it in the product details page. You can also use Rufus to ask follow-up questions about the product. You'll see those questions both on the product page and inside the Rufus chatbot pane. Now, it's unclear if Amazon uses private data for Rufus that ChatGPT and others can't use, but this quick product drill down on review summaries is still a big help. Since this is a shopping only AI, let's test another product recommendation. This time we're looking for the best carry-on luggage, the highest quality carry-on luggage that I can buy for under $100. This time, Rufus found some on-sale items that rival what ChatGPT recommended, at least if you like the color purple. So consider using both Rufus and ChatGPT for your next shopping search. Our last AI search tool today is one you've probably never heard of. Number 6, consensus. Consensus is built for research questions where evidence actually matters, not one blog post or cherry-picked study, but dozens of papers at once. So I can ask it the same blue light blocking glasses question that I asked Gemini and ChatGPT. And instead of an answer, it shows me what the research says across multiple studies. It's not trying to write a research paper for you. It just shows you what studies say about a topic in a few seconds. And this graph up top is a great visualization on how much consensus or lack of consensus there is in a topic. Now, I was in pro mode there, which I only get a couple of every month. But with a free plan, you get unlimited quick queries. This pulls high-level conclusions from at most 10 studies. Overall, consensus isn't for shopping, troubleshooting, or how-tos. It's for one thing, trying to understand truth. And that's why it earns a spot on this list. So here's what to use for every kind of search. For basic facts about the universe, every model does just fine, but Google AI mode has the edge. It nailed brand recognition on that fridge and delivered much deeper local business info. For software help, I lean on Gemini speed and ChatGPT thinking as a backup. And then for adulting tasks, Gemini came in on top. And for shopping, check out ChatGPT shopping research and Amazon Rufus. And finally, for deep research, use Gemini if you need a technical deep dive, ChatGPT deep research for a broader overview, and consensus if you want something fast that's still grounded in research. What do you think? Agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.